Are Black Sabbath actually planning another reunion show? Well, it very much looks like it, especially in the light of the recent news from Bill Ward. But is it actually going to happen? Well, here's where it becomes trickier. The talks of a Black Sabbath reunion have started circulating around pretty much right after Black Sabbath ironically played their very last show. Just to refresh your mind, the last Black Sabbath tour, titled very appropriately as The End, began in January 2016 and concluded with their final show in the band's hometown of Birmingham, England on February 4th, 2017. This whole performance was of course very well documented, included in the concert film The End of the End, which includes live footage, the band's interviews, and overall was meant to be a perfect closer, providing a comprehensive look at the concluding Black Sabbath tour. Yet despite it of course being exactly what it was supposed to be, the last emotional and teary-eyed celebration of the legendary band, there was one particular problem with this tour. The End tour did not include the original drummer Bill Ward, who decided to not participate in this run due to, let's call it, contractual disputes and health concerns, being the only original Black Sabbath member abstaining from doing so. Instead of Bill, the drummer's seat has once again been taken by Tommy Cluffatos, who has already done that on the previous run for exactly the same reasons, and of course is very well known to every Ozzy Osbourne fan for working together with the Prince of Darkness during his solo career. And so, despite having this tour, by all means I'm 100% sure is going to remain the last Black Sabbath tour, by the way, it looks like the three guys who did take part in it never got from the End tour what they actually longed for, as it was supposed to give the boys and their loyal fanbase a proper closure, yet instead it brought the regret they couldn't do it with all four of the original band members. Especially since, unlike with many other bands of their age, all of them are still alive. And since then, Ozzy Osbourne, Geezer Butler, and Tony Iommi stated in multiple interviews that they absolutely do not mind reuniting with the boys once again, yet there was one major obstacle to it. Well, Bill Ward.
Yes, that's true.
And so, to everyone's surprise, last week, Bill actually issued a statement on his Twitter account, X account, which made pretty much all of the Black Sabbath fans around the world go absolutely nuts, stating the following. Hey ya, Bill Ward checking in regarding all the updates on a possible Sabbath show in England. I am in for playing some of everyone's old favorites. Loved playing them then, I'd love to play them one last time. I'm not going to talk about my health publicly except to say every day I'm pretty good for 76 years old. I'm active musically every day and I have a very busy and gratifying life. Love you all the fucking time. Bill. And despite that, of course, the statement does not mean anything by itself, it made thousands of Black Sabbath fans go crazy, as in addition to everything, it was posted at a very interesting time, as the speculations about a possible reunion of one of the founding heavy metal bands have intensified quite a bit recently. And here's the thing, in the last couple of months there have been several indications that Ozzy Osbourne and potentially Black Sabbath are planning something together. A couple of months ago, in an interview with his friend Bill Morrison as part of the new show The Madhouse Chronicle, answering the question about how he felt about Black Sabbath's final show and whether he was happy it was done, Ozzy Osbourne said, "Yeah, but I was sad that Bill wasn't there. I mean, Tommy Cluffatos, my drummer, did a great job, but he ain't Bill Ward." After which he concluded with something which made it clear he really means it.
Because it wasn't Black Sabbath finished.
No? Okay.
It's unfinished.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't mind if they wanted to do one more gig
with Bill.
I'd jump at the chance.
You heard it here first on the Madhouse Chronicles. I think it's something to be proud
Do you know
of.
what would be cool? If we went to a club or something unannounced and we just got up and did it.
So that's the final end.
We started up in a club.
Following that episode, Tony Iommi was also asked by Eddie Trunk whether or not he'd be interested in a final reunion show, to which the legendary guitarist said the following. "It'd be a nice idea, but you know, you're gonna get everybody going, oh, they're doing it for money, they're doing it for this, they're doing it for that." Well, it wouldn't be. I mean, it'd be something that, it'd be a nice thing to actually do, but whether it happens will be another thing. But we'll see. I mean, who knows? And around that same time, in an interview with Well, once again, Eddie Trunk, Geezer Butler, said that of course there's an interest from him to reunite for one more show, but there's a big but. You'd have to speak to Bill about it, adding that he's definitely up for it to finish the whole thing off.
Day of judgment, God is calling.
And of course, in addition to all that, there were the revelations from Sharon Osbourne earlier this year, in which she said that Ozzy is in fact planning a final show and he wants to do it nowhere else but at the Aston Villa Stadium. And in case you missed it, last week Ozzy Osbourne and Geezer Butler, who by the way it looks like recently put all their animosity aside, both starred in a new Aston Villa commercial, opening it with a line which everyone knew was not selected randomly.
Hey, Geezer,
All right, us.
let's play Villa Park.
Given all that, of course, Bill Ward's recent statement was not made out of the blue. Quite the opposite, it was the final missing piece, which I'm sure was posted just at the right time to keep the conversation going. And just 2 days before Forbes magazine posted an article about the Black Sabbath reunion show being now all but confirmed. And so yeah, I'm actually quite sure that the Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne camps are at least talking about a possibility of doing something in 2025. Yet now comes a slightly different obstacle to this potential reunion: Ozzy Osbourne's health. We all know that despite the 2 short appearances at the Birmingham Commonwealth Games and the Los Angeles Rams season opener, it's been years since Ozzy Osbourne gave a proper concert, let alone went on tour. I mean, I was holding on to my No More Tours tickets to see the Prince of Darkness together with Judas Priest for several years until this tour has finally been cancelled. And since then, Ozzy tried to go up on stage several times, including the cancelled Power Trip Festival appearance, which was supposed to be his grand return show. Yet, of course, his health issues, and more specifically his back problems, did not permit him to do so. Which, in all honesty, I was actually really happy about, since given Ozzy's recovery level last year, it wouldn't be such. And the last thing we all wanted to see was the legendary Ozzy Osbourne going up on stage in front of 80,000 people and be a mere shade of his former self.
So you have a more stable life now?
No.
And since then, it looks like the talks of a proper tour of any band involving Ozzy Osbourne have been put aside, as he himself understands that most likely it is not doable anymore, and if he is to perform again, this should at the very least not include any traveling. But from the image we get from the updated The Osbournes show, it looks like Ozzy's really made at least some progress compared to 2023, and according to Sharon and a couple of people from the Osbourne camp, Ozzy Osbourne is really planning something in his hometown in 2025. Something which, according to Sharon, will include his dear friends. And maybe even not one, but 2 separate shows, celebrating both his solo career and his time in the legendary Black Sabbath. And here's the thing, in my opinion, even if the boys get together for a small club show, even if they come on stage together to perform 1 or 2 of their iconic, legendary songs which have shaped heavy metal in its early days, this will already be a true gift for all of the metal community worldwide. And no matter the guy's shape, I would be a liar if I would say that I would not love to witness it. But anyways, what do you guys personally think about a potential Black Sabbath reunion? Is it actually happening? And what do you think the main obstacles to it are? Please let us know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching the short video, guys, and we'll prevail. Slava Ukraini!